Falmouth Commodore Volunteer of the Year, Bob Young, threw out the first pitch for a perfect strike Thursday evening as he set the tone for the Commodores, who went into the night riding a demoralizing 8-game losing streak. Facing the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, the Commodores got on the board first. In the second inning, after Michael O'Neill was hit by a pitch, the Michigan Wolverine stole second for his 12th steal of the year and advanced to third on a wild throw by the catcher. He then tagged up on Casey Turgeon's shallow sac fly to left and looked to be dead at the plate, but he leapt past the catcher's tag before doubling back to touch home for the first run of the game. In the fourth, Jonathan McGibbon led off with a single and was sacrificed over by Jake Rodriguez before O'Neill stung the ball off the right center field fence for an RBI double. Turgeon was the next batter, and he hit a 3-2 pitch off the glove of Hyannis' diving shortstop, bringing in O'Neill for the 3-0 lead. The only trouble Falmouth faced was in the fifth inning. Brad Zebedis and Blake Austin hit back-to-back singles to lead off the inning and were both sacrificed over before Zach Alford singled to right, bringing in the first Harbor Hawk run of the game. Then Falmouth found itself in a difficult situation. Alford attempted to steal, ended up being caught in a rundown. But the rundown prompted Austin to inch towards the plate until finally making a break for it and scoring the second run. But it was the only 3 hits Craig Schlitter would surrender for Falmouth, as he pitched another one of his gems. He tossed 7 innings, giving up just those 3 one-baggers and 2 runs, while striking out 6 and walking none. Falmouth put 1 more on the board in the bottom of the 5th for a 2-run lead, but it was the 8th when they really put the game out of reach. With 1 out, Billy Ferreter reached on a throwing error by the Hyannis third baseman. It was followed up by an Alex Maldonado chopping single. The pair then attempted a double steal, in which the catcher threw wildly to third, allowing Billy to jog home. Cody Blanchard then hit a chopper up the middle, but the ball slipped out of the shortstop's hand when he attempted to nab Maldonado at the plate. Maldo scored, and Blanchard moved up to second. Then the crushing blow came. Drew Dosch, the lone Falmouth position player all-star, walloped a 2-2 pitch over the right center field fence, as his team-leading 6th home run brought home the 8th Commodore of the night. John Colella and Kyle Ruckham closed the door on Hyannis in relief. They combined for 2 innings pitched, striking out 2 apiece, as Schlitter got his team-high 5th win of the year, while the Commodores finally cracked their horrific losing streak, bringing home the 8-2 victory. You guys must have felt pretty demoralized for about a week and a half there, but losing streak's finally over. What do you think of tonight's game?
Well, it was great to get back out here and just get a win finally. It seemed like during that stretch, every hop wasn't going our way. Everything wasn't going our way. Just weren't getting the timely hits. Weren't playing good defense. Pitching from time to time was, not as good as it needed to be. So this was a good all-around team win. Pitching was great, defense played well, and then the hitting was also good.
You look back a couple weeks ago, and we really had 2 dominant hitters in our lineup that were, playing far above the others. It was you and Jared, but of course we lost Jared now. Has it been kind of tough, the lineup without him?
Yeah, it's always tough when you lose a great hitter like Jared. What he brings from both sides of the plate is very special. So when you take him out of the equation, you definitely leave a hole. But everyone on the roster here is more than capable of filling that spot, coming up with the big hits, the big RBIs, whatever needs to be done. We have tons of guys that are more than capable of doing it.
All right. Well, thank you. Good luck in the All-Star game. That losing streak must have been pretty demoralizing, but finally out of it. What was it like tonight?
Felt great.
Yeah.
I think, we did a lot of things well tonight. I thought obviously we pitched well, between Craig and John and Kyle. Obviously we pitched very, very well. I thought our approach at the plate was great tonight. We had some great at-bats, did some good things at the plate, moved some runners, drove some guys in. And I thought competed well with 2 strikes. I think we only struck out a couple times tonight, and you know, I think obviously that made a difference too. And you know, I mean, down here, you know, it's always so close every given night. It's usually a couple things, one way or the other, they're going to determine an outcome. And tonight, like I said, we did enough things well to certainly, you know, make the difference. It was just one of those things that, you know, doing anything possible to try to get these guys to, you know, literally have fun and play baseball. Yeah. You know, and you know, when you're around these guys every day, you appreciate the fact that, you know, they are competing their butts off, and if anything, like I said, you know, they've been trying too hard. You know, they care about one another, and I think, you know, it's as always, you can get a good indication of how we feel about each other. And, you know, so I think, you know, it's just kind of getting that thing off our back and now being able to move forward. And, you know, hopefully, hey, we can make this into something that, you know, is a good streak.
You think that the whole burning trash can thing was that, you think it lightened the guys up?
Yeah, well, I don't think it hurt.
Yeah.
You know, and I think sometimes, like I said, it takes something like that. And I credit Coach Stoll with that idea. You know, I think that was his idea. And, you know, I think, you know, the guys had fun with it, and, you know, who knows? I mean, we've been around teams down here for years, and you've seen them, and, you know, Christian Friedrich years ago used to have a Reese's Rally thing. You know, I've never forgotten that, you know, where, you know, like the 8th inning, if we were down, he'd start handing out Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, you know, and we won a couple nights when he did that. Well, you know, sometimes all it takes is a belief that something really works and gets you to laugh a little bit. Yeah. You know, it's good stuff.
Now, do you think a losing streak like this, can that bring out the best in the team sometimes?
I believe that, you know, how you handle adversity and how you handle failure is going to really determine a lot in, you know, how you progress and what kind of a team you really have and how they respond to that. And I've never had one question, and they know this, I've never had one question about our makeup or our character. You know, we got a bunch of guys that really, really care about each other, and I'm convinced they're going to keep playing hard. I just, like I said, want them to have fun doing it, so they're not trying to do too much. And, you know, regardless of where we finish, regardless of what the outcome is at the end of the year, I feel great about this group of kids. And, you know, it's frustrating because you feel for them. You know they're playing hard, and you want them to have some success and get rewarded for their effort. But, hey, like I said, I love this group of guys, and, you know, that's not going to change one way or another.